Here on this slide I have 4.236 times 25.9. We're going to treat this just like an ordinary multiplication problem, and we're going to do all our multiplying and our adding, and then our last step is going to be placing the decimal. So for the time being, we ignore those decimals. They don't have to be lined up or anything. We're totally ignoring them. Here I've done my first job, multiplying by that 9, and I have 3, 8, 1, 2, 4 as my numbers, which I obtained by multiplying the 9 times 6, 9 times 3, 9 times 2, 9 times 4. Next we'll multiply by the 5, so let's take a look at that slide. Before I started multiplying by the 5, my place value changed, so I dropped that first 0 underneath the 4. Then I took 5 times 6, 5 times 3, 5 times 2, and 5 times 4 to get the other numbers, 2, 1, 1, 8, and 0. The next step is going to be to multiply by the 2, so let's take a look at that. Just like with the 5, when I'm multiplying by 2, my place value is changing again. And because this is the second time that my place value has changed, before I start multiplying, I have to put 2 zeros in my bottom row. And then I take 2 times 6, and 2 times 3, and 2 times 2, and 2 times 4 to obtain those other numbers, 8, 4, 7, and 2. Let's take a look at the next step, which will be adding these numbers. So here we add 4 plus 0 is 4, 2 plus 0 is 2, 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 more is 11, and then I carry the 1 over. 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 1 more is 17, and then I carry my 1 over. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus another is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9, and then my final step is the 2 plus 8 obtain the 10. So here I've done my multiplication and I've done my addition, and now it's time to deal with the decimals. So let's take a look at what we do next. The first thing you need to do is find out how many decimals you have in your problem. So note I've circled the 2, the 3, and the 9. These are all the numbers that were to the right of the decimal. That means I need to move my decimal 4 places. So I place it to the right of the 4, and then I move it 4 spaces in. So you see that after I move it 4 spaces in, my decimal lands between the 7 and the 9. So let's take a look at our final step. Here's my final step. I actually show that I've put my decimal in between my 9 and my 7, and I have 109.7124. Watch this video again as many times as it takes to understand that process of multiplying by a decimal, adding, and then moving your decimal to obtain your final answer.